Hey, what's going on, everybody? In this video, I wanted to go ahead and make a 5-pick flex entry for you guys for the playoff slate today, the 3-gamer. So let's go ahead and get into it. As always, if you enjoy the videos, appreciate it with the like button. If you want to join Prize Picks, you can use my code PROCESS for a deposit match up to $100. And just go ahead and just go through the board. They haven't posted the fantasy scores yet, but during the playoffs, I don't mind taking like the points, the rebounds, the assists instead of going with the fantasy score. So the first prop that looks appealing to me is taking the over on Fred VanVleet, 20.5 points. They are missing two guys that will score the ball at a pretty high clip today. Both guys are doubtful without Gary Trent and without Scotty Barnes. VanVleet is going to have to step up offensively. He's going to have to play big minutes. He only put up 18 points last game. He did lose like 5 or 6 minutes due to foul trouble. Normally, you would see Nick Nurse put his starters out there for like 40 plus minutes, and the game was also a blowout. But in this one, expecting VanVleet to step up and at least get you over 20.5 points. Another prop that I think you can take the under on. Normally, I don't like to take the under on a lot of props, but I think you can take the under on Joel Embiid and feel not terribly about it just because of how the Raptors play Joel Embiid. They play him by double and triple teaming him whenever he touches the ball. That's why he has to get the ball out of his hands as quickly as possible. We saw that in game one where he only finished with 19 points, and a 32.5 is a pretty big number for Embiid. I think you can take the under, but maybe you don't want to put him in your most confident one. Maybe if you make a bunch of prize picks, you can put him under 32.5 in one or two of them. I don't mind getting to the over on OG Anunoby. He's also going to have to benefit and take some more shots here for the team. Don't know if he'd be one of my favorites. I'd like the points, rebounds, assist on OG a little bit better. Danny Green struggled, but he's only at 6.5 points. Think that one is you can take the over. I also like the over on Tobias Harris with Embiid getting double and triple teamed. Tobias is going to be left open a lot more to take some open shots, open threes. Hopefully, he just knocks his shots down. Donovan Mitchell, super aggressive always, especially in the playoffs. Play him big minutes for the team. 27.5, decently high number, but he's can easily get you 30 points. We saw him in the bubble where he was putting up 40s and 50s routinely in the playoffs. Brunson is at 22.5. This is probably right where the number would be if I had to think. He can easily get you over 23. Can also get you like 21, 20 points. So it's not one that I feel great about, but I would slightly lean to the over there. We saw Gobert just finish with 5 points. You can definitely bounce back here. Before that, he was hitting over 16 and 4 straight. Just didn't take a ton of shots. There was kind of just Donovan Mitchell taking a lot of the shots. So I think in this one, you can go to Gobert. I do like that 13.5 number on him. Going further down here on the board, we have one that I like from Denver, and that's Will Barton over 15.5. Barton is just going to play more minutes during the playoffs, especially now that not looking like they're going to get their two stars back, Porter and Jamal Murray. So it's going to be what they've been doing all season is relying on guys like Jokic. But besides Jokic, they have to rely on Barton to step up. He's a guy with playoff experience, and this is a spot where he should play a lot more minutes in the playoffs. During the regular season, he was averaging about 32 minutes per game. But in the playoffs, played 36 in that first game. Wouldn't be surprised if he plays like 38, 39. That game was also out of hand in the fourth, so he didn't play much in the fourth quarter. 15.5 is a pretty nice number to get for Will Barton. Is basically what he's been averaging for the season, 15 points. And if you give him those extra minutes in the playoff situation, I think he can get us that over. Draymond is a spot where you probably take the points, rebounds, assists instead of taking the over 8.5, but not a terrible number on Draymond. We'll go ahead and talk about the assist numbers here. I do like Embiid over 3.5 assists as well. I think that might be a little bit better than taking the under, just because you never feel great about taking the under on Embiid in terms of the points. But if he's going to be getting double and triple teamed, he's going to be looking for his teammates dishing the ball. He got 4 assists in that first game, in game one. And I'll see if I can pull up his potential assists in that game. But typically has performed well in the playoffs in terms of just playing bigger minutes, even though this has been his best year in terms of averaging 34 minutes per game during the regular season. And just a spot where he can look for his teammates. Hopefully they hit their shots like they did in game one with Tobias and Maxey and Harden. Hopefully Harden can step up a little bit. James Harden, 11 assists. He's done that 4 straight games. This is a spot where the Sixers at home again. I think he'll continue to build off of that. I do like the over 11 assists for James Harden. We saw Jokic struggle a little bit in terms of getting assists. He's only at 7.5, which is a pretty good number. He played some less minutes in the fourth with a blowout. But if they're going to be making it tough for Jokic to really just try to get the ball out of his hands, he might have to rely on other teammates to score. And then you have Barton at 4 assists. That looks fine, but I like the points a little bit better. And Draymond at 8 assists. Probably like the points, rebounds, assists. Worst case, probably gets you under that. Best case might be like a push, or maybe gets over that by 1 or 2 assists, but not something that I think he'll blow out of the water. Looking at the rebounding numbers here, we have Embiid at 13.5. He had like well over that in the first game. 15. With playing extra minutes in the playoff series, especially if its game is close. Harden is 6.5. That looks okay. I probably wish OG's was at 5.5. That means a little bit better, but still without having those other 2 guys there, Scotty Barnes does get you some rebounds. But if they're going to be just starting 2 bigs with Khem Birch and Achua, then it might be a little bit tougher for OG to get you a lot of rebounds. One guy that you can kind of count on is Gobert to get you a lot of rebounds. 15 is a big number, but Dallas is a team that plays with Powell at the center. They'll play him some minutes, and they'll go with like a stretch 5 with Kleber. So he might be pulled away from the basket at times. Rebounding is nothing I'm looking at too much here. I'll go over to the points, rebounds, assists prop. This is one where I do like a few different options. The first one is going to be OG over 24.5 points, rebounds, assists. Going to be looking at heavy minutes for him from a defensive aspect. Also, I'm just going to have to take on more usage offensively. And it's not a terrible matchup. It's just hopefully they are able to keep it close enough to where these guys are playing over 38, 39, 40 minutes for the Toronto side. Danny Green's points, rebounds, assists prop is super low at 10.5. He is volatile, but if he is having a good game, he can finish with like 25, 26 points, rebounds, assists if he is knocking down his threes. So another one that you can look to at this spot could be Draymond, 25.5 points, rebounds, assists. He played under 30 minutes with that blowout in game 1. Probably see him play more than 30 minutes if the game is closer. And that number is pretty low. I like that a little bit better than taking the over on his assists or over on his points or over on his rebounds. Just combine them. We know Draymond will contribute in all aspects, so hopefully he has a good game in all categories, and he can easily get us over 25.5 points, rebounds, assists. And that is about it for the 5-pick flex that I'm looking at today. Like Van Fleet over 20.5, Barton over 15.5, Embiid over 3.5 assists, OG over 24.5, Draymond over 25.5. Those 2 are points, rebounds, assists. You can make some separate ones, throwing in Siakam here. Take him over 24.5 points. It's already went up to 25.5 points. I'm sure this number will go up throughout the day, but I'm looking at some of these Toronto guys just having to do more offensively, like the Sixers as well, if they can continue to score the ball like they did in game 1. Tobias looks good over 15.5. Looking for some extra ones. And we'll see what the fantasy score looks like. Maybe I'll post some more on Twitter. But that is about it for the video. Hopefully you enjoyed. Best of luck today, and I'll see you all next time.